Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we explore the journeys of visionary entrepreneurs and the strategies driving their companies forward. I'm your host, Jay Encarnacion, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind transformative ventures, the challenges they face, and their plans for growth. Today, we are excited to have Stacy Bevill, CEO of Golden Career Strategies. Stacy brings a unique blend of expertise in career coaching, organizational development, and manufacturing with certifications like Lean Six Sigma Black Belt and South Carolina's first Zen leadership practitioner. Based in Greenville, South Carolina, Golden Career Strategies, founded to empower individuals and organizations, is making waves in career transition, outplacement, and leadership development, particularly in manufacturing. Named to the 2024 Manufacturing Power List by SC Biz News, Stacy is recognized as a leader in the field. We'll be diving into her founding story, how her company supports manufacturers and individuals, and her vision for scaling this impact-driven business. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Stacy, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I do just want to, just for clarification, I want to just say that I'm almost done with my Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, but that's the one that I'm excited to be finishing soon.
I love it. I love it. So almost there. So we gave some early kudos for something
That's
that will
right.
absolutely be there in the near future. Truly an honor and a pleasure here, Stacey, to have you on the show. If you can start at the top for our listeners, take a little journey down memory lane. What specific problem in the career transition or organizational development space inspired you to start Golden Career Strategies?
Yeah, actually, I bought Golden Career. I do know my company name, Golden Career Strategies. Our founder was Miles Golden, and he passed in 2017. Another individual bought the company, but I started a marketing company 25 years ago. So I had done the marketing for Golden Career Strategies, and the second owner kept me on. And in that time period, I had pursued coaching, which had been a dream for a long time, and always knew that I wanted to work in the manufacturing realm. And so after our marketing meetings, I'd say, can I tell you what I've been up to? And I just knew at some point I would be one of his coach collaborators. Instead, he offered me the opportunity to take the company forward.
Wow, very cool. So I would love to hear a bit about what you're doing now, right? So you bought the company, you were doing marketing before, then coaching, now you own Golden Career Strategies.
Right.
What is it today? So walk us through, especially for our listeners who are tuning in and would want to work with you, Stacy. What are your core offerings here today? I know you have coaching, outplacement, employee engagement services. So walk us through all of your core offerings, how they're structured, and who is the ideal client that you work with? Three-part question for you there.
Yeah, great. So originally the company served individuals in career transition, and that was from high-level CEOs to right out of college, but that was the main focus. And when I bought the company, I felt like we needed to add a division for manufacturing and service companies. And while I love working with individuals, I felt like we could have so much more impact if we worked with companies. We know it helps the bottom line, but it helps that employee. And I think that goes into the home and then into the community. And so that was a big part of the division. And in Greenville County alone, I think there's about 700 manufacturing companies. Wow. And that this whole region that I live in is a lot of manufacturing. And so if we can, I just have such a passion for helping people really embrace life and having joy in their lives and being part of co-creating the life that they live. And that just seemed like just such a great, because it's manufacturing is not our grandparents, right? It's so different. And we want to bring new talented individuals into it, but also recognize our rising stars and help with communication and trust and resiliency and all those things that just are needed.
I love it. I love it. So really the manufacturing is the main focus there for you, working on the coaching aspect, the employee engagement, the outplacement for them. So with that, how are you now approaching the idea of scale? Stacy, what's the mindset behind that? Having a productized offer and really being able to grow Golden Career Strategies. Are you looking to scale it or are you looking to keep it boutique? What's your mindset there?
Yeah, I want to scale it with a boutique feeling.
Okay.
And the first thing, the day that I bought the company, I reached out to several other coaches and collab on consultants that I knew and had a team in place. I wanted to be able to grow on a dime and just made it clear I don't know how fast things will move, but
Right.
I want my team ready. And I'm registered with sam.gov. The government actually hires a lot of coaches and trainers. And so it was very important for me to have a place where there's so many amazing coaches who maybe aren't so good at marketing themselves. So I thought that's part of the vision for Golden is to put people that are really good and passionate about what they do and give them the opportunity to serve the way they feel they were born to serve.
I absolutely love that. Stacy, with that, as far as the sales process does go, I mean, is this something where the team that you have around you is focused on the coaching? Do you have a sales team to bring clients in and actually sell them and close them? Or are you doing all the sales right now? What does that look like as far as the team that you have with you?
Yeah, up until recently, I was doing all the sales.
Okay.
And a woman that worked with Miles years ago when I was doing his marketing just kept coming to mind. So I reached out to her. And to make a long story short, she is now helping me with sales, coaching, and consulting. And it's just such a delight to have her on board. I loved working with her in the past. And because she knew so much about the company feel and the vision that we have and how we help people, and she loves networking. And Miles was actually known as Mr. Network in the area. And so it's wonderful. She does more Greenville area, and I stay more closer to where I am in Spartanburg and Columbia in that region. And as far as Georgia, I'm part of the Georgia Automotive Manufacturing Association.
Okay.
Um, and we really try to network and build relationships and create one-to-one opportunities. I've been working on creating a mastermind group where we've got people that are really interested in how what's next and how do we do this, because we that's the beauty in coaching. And one of the things that's misunderstood is it's different from therapy, where a lot of times therapy will look at the past or look at something that needs to be resolved, where coaching is we're right here right now and we're ready for better. And so the relationship built on trust and mutual respect with no judgment, and the acknowledgement that you have the wisdom you need. As a coach, I'm helping it come out.
Absolutely.
And that's why coaching tends to be short term. So make that progress, and then when you there's a bump in the road, then you come back for a few sessions, and but you have the power to create the life that you want to live.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is so powerful. And I love that you're saying that because that really resonates with me. And I know it does for our listeners. So just incredible on that front, Stacey. So with that, as you're continuing to have that scale mindset, Stacey, are you looking to bring on more A players, more setters and closers to help you with getting more clients in and on board so you can focus on the fulfillment aspect? Or what are you thinking about on that front?
Yeah, so I have close to, I don't know, 15 different credentials. I've had a lot of training and the opportunity to be with a lot of really amazing coaches and collaborate and consultants.
Hmm.
And I would love to keep us all busy.
Yeah.
So as and not so much have it all employees. A lot of people have their own companies. And so if you want to come in and work on this project, or what's your sweet spot, what's your passionate, and there's so much. Just last night I took a class on meditative art.
Uh-oh.
And so I'm always learning and building on. It was like, wow, that was actually fun. And I could already think of certain clients that would be amazing for, to take 5 minutes and reset your nervous system and be back into a coherent state. So that, so there's so many people that have so many different things that we can bring in, and it's not everything works for everybody. And I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of and how we offer is we don't say here it is, take it or leave it. It's what do you need? What's going to help you the most? And that was one of the biggest changes I made, because we used to have the Golden Career Course, and we still have it. When I bought the company, I rewrote it, updated it, got a couple certifications to make sure I was given the latest and greatest. But it used to be here's a whole package. And now I say of these things, if you're in career transition, what resonates for you? And
Right.
we custom create it based on that, with the focus being on coaching. Because back when this company was started, there weren't 20 different books on getting a job. So something like this and tailored, and plus the support of having a coach or in consultants that have your back and are there to support you. And it's not, oh, we're sorry, you have to wait till your next appointment. It's no, if you need us, text, set up a 15-minute chat. We want to keep you moving.
Absolutely. I love that. So, being that you have such an extensive marketing background, Stacy, what's working best for you now with Golden Career Strategies and bringing in consistent clients and consistent work? What channels are you utilizing that you've seen are most effective for leads coming in? And what challenges are you having on more predictability for bringing leads in?
Yeah, I spent the first almost 4 years really laying low and rebuilding the company. A lot of times you have that one shot for a first impression, and I
Yeah.
wanted to be ready. And so it's really only been in the past year that we're out here and saying, hey, this, here we are, this is what we do. But we're very focused on building those relationships. And even in 25 years of owning a marketing company, I've always said word of mouth and testimonials are going to be your most positive. That's legit. Hey, and I just had an amazing meeting today where a gentleman met me and said, oh, you've got to meet so and so. It was just like we are so aligned. But that's the kind of connections and relationships, and really having this belief that I'm being prepared to serve the people the same as they're being prepared to be coached and to receive our services.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, obviously, a big thing with referrals and word of mouth is the predictability on that front. So
Yeah.
are you looking to implement some more predictable methods like ads and have that targeted messaging towards your ICP, or what are you looking at for that for more predictability?
Yeah, I think I try to stay very active on LinkedIn and share what we're doing. I send a newsletter and share the news, what's new, even if it's something that we haven't talked about in a while, just kind of rebringing it because our list opens. But and then offering that opportunity to engage, right? Anybody is welcome to go to our website and select connect with purpose or learn more about us. And the I did jot a couple notes about, so we I was doing a monthly in-person networking event, and the first half an hour was called upskilling, and I would share different coaching things just to give people a little glimpse of this is what coaching is like and why it's so powerful. And then it was an opportunity to share what you do and your passion, and I always ask questions that were a tad on the personal side, because a lot of times when we go to these meetings over and over, we can tell everybody's story for them. But when we add that personal touch, really get to know that person, that's when we start resonating and building that trust and saying, I want to learn more about you. And that's where those real more, because I don't, I've always been like a mother bear protective of my clients, and I'm not just going to refer anybody. I want to know that it's going to be a good fit. I think the newsletters help. It always surprises me how many emails I get back saying, but I think the staying in view so that I, before Hurricane Helene, I had a really cool 370Z with my logo
Oh, wow.
across the hood, and it's perfect for automotive manufacturing, right? And I was amazed at how many people would pull me over, ask me to pull over to get my card and stuff. So there's just making sure people see you so that you become recognizable. Yeah. And yes, so many of the services that your organization offers are critical. But I think as a kind of a startup per se, even though I'm not, the company's been around for a long time, but after rebuilding it, you have to be really careful about where are you spending your marketing dollars and identifying quickly what helps the most. So
Absolutely.
things like this are, it's just such an honor because it's a great way to say, hey, here's who we are and what we are about. And there's care and passion in what we do.
I love it. I love it. So with that there, then a couple of the bottlenecks, if any, are going to really, to me, sound like more again that predictability, needing to have more predictability in the lead gen as you continue to
Yeah.
grow and scale and want to feed the workers that you're working with more business, and then again more that sales team having more of a setter and closer. Are there anything else that you're thinking about on the bottleneck side, or are those really the main ones right now?
Yeah, I think right now I'm in the process of finishing an online course. For the golden course will be online and have a la carte services.
Very
So
nice.
you can add coaching and add different assessments, and so getting the word out about that is going to be really important. We've added team building and offsite opportunities for teams. Sometimes it's even if you're in the same city, just getting out of the office together for a day. So a few things on the forefront, which are pretty exciting.
Love it. I absolutely love that. So that sounds like the rest of 2025 is focused on really building that course, getting it out, getting exposure to that, doing more team building and offsite events. So on that, what do you see as the career coaching and organizational development industry and its evolution in the coming years? You've been in the game for quite some time. Your
Yeah.
focus is on manufacturing and trends like automation. What are you really doing to keep yourself at the forefront of the evolution of the industry?
Yeah. It's so I'm probably very right, left brain balanced.
Yeah.
And so the Lean Six Sigma and the process things are fascinate me.
Yeah.
And so it's really easy to stay engaged with that. And really, it's not that we're going to offer that. We can recommend if somebody wants that in the company, but it's really more to say, look, we understand process, but your process is only as good as your people are engaged. So, how can we engage? How can we build that trust, the communication, the resiliency, and the belonging, right? Because it can be a revolving door that gets so expensive for companies. But how do we bring the message that manufacturing is different today? It's safe today. I love touring plants and getting to know the people and feeling that it's just some of these places like you can feel the joy and the within the team members, and it's not like we pictured from the manufacturing 100 years ago, and the safety precautions and the things they have in place to not have repetitive injuries. But we know if for the past, I don't know how many years, if we asked what are the top three problems, communication is always one of them. So, really working together to say, here's how we're different. Because isn't it fascinating to know that 70% of people think that other people think the same way they do? And
Mhm.
then when we look at personality styles and see, oh my gosh, no wonder. It's if you went to IKEA and you brought home a piece of furniture to make, are you the person that dumps it out on the floor and gets started or meticulously puts everything in place? Now, those people are both on the same teams and they don't understand why the other person isn't doing what they are. So, how do we bring in? That was a long-winded way to answer your question, but to really stay on the forefront of what are the challenges you're facing, because
Yes.
there's solutions. And the
Absolutely.
more aware we are of our differences, the better we can become a more amazing team.
Mm.
Some people have different strengths. Like, for instance, I specialize with highly sensitive people.
Yeah.
And if you've never heard of Dr. Elaine Aaron, that was brought in about the 90s, and it's about 25 to 30% of the population is considered highly sensitive. And it doesn't mean they're just super emotional. It means they're the person that you want to go to after a meeting a few days later because they've ruminated on it and they can give you so much specific feedback. So you mentioned the fish before. It's rather than that making that fish climb the ladder. Let's put neurodivergent in their bowl where they can swim and shine. And
Yes.
instead of HUD butting with them and feeling, oh, here's my biggest challenge as a supervisor, being able to bring to light what innate strengths they bring.
Love it. I love that. Going into the lightning round here before we wrap up with you,
Yes.
Stacey, would love to hear about a tool or a resource that you're using, whether it's a coaching framework, a Lean Six Sigma principle, an AI tool. What can you say has been the biggest game changer for golden career strategies?
Yeah. So when I was reflecting on that, the thing that comes up for me is an assessment called the Phoebe,
Mm.
and FEBI. And what I love about that assessment, it is very similar to DISC, and we have the scientific background and stuff, and MBTI, except this one doesn't say we don't really change. So get to know other people and understand. This one says there are energy or leadership patterns, driver, organizer, collaborator, and visionary, that are tied to neural pathways in our brain. So
Mm.
if we do simple movements or listen to types of music or look at certain types of art, we can activate those neural pathways. And what fires together wires together. So that means that we can have access to all four patterns faster. How cool is that?
Love that.
That is one of my favorite. I'm just such a proponent. Dr. Jenny Whitelaw is just absolutely amazing with the Institute for Zen Leadership, and I've had so much amazing training from her.
Absolutely amazing. Just one more question for you, Stacy, before we wrap up the show, and that is going to be on the advice side. What is the best
Okay.
piece of advice that you can offer to our listeners tuning in? Just heard your incredible journey. What can you leave them with before we wrap up today?
Get all the feedback that you can, but ultimately listen to your own intuition.
I love it.
Because what works for somebody else may not. You can tell from just talking to me, I'm not the average bear.
Yeah. Love it.
So just pay attention to what you're passionate and get to know, explore what do you really think you were born for, and remind yourself what brings you joy. What was it? Because why not?
That's it. I love it. I love it. With that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. And Stacy, just a massive thank you to you for coming on the show,
Oh,
sharing your incredible journey and your insights with us. Such an incredible soul, so much drive and passion, and truly an honor to have you on today. Such a great conversation. So thank you again. And to our
thank
listeners,
you.
if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And you can learn more about Golden Career Strategies at goldencareerstrategies.com to connect with Stacy. And you can also reach out to her on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/Stacy Bevill. For more
Thank you
resources,
so much.
absolutely, and more resources and insight, you can visit us here at closers.io, where we help businesses accelerate their growth. Until then,
Awesome.
keep climbing, and we will see you on the next one.
Thank you.